Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today as we award the annual Holland on the Hill Heineken Award, and it has already been mentioned to Peter Oosterveer, well deserved, and also to a well-deserved company, Arcadis. Just to remind you, the Holland on the Hill Award honors an entrepreneur who has made a substantial and positive contribution to the US-Dutch economic relationship and actually exemplifying the best of both worlds. The recipient is an innovative industry leader who combines entrepreneurial drive with a strong transatlantic focus. It has already been mentioned, this is our 8th year for this award, and we're delighted to be back here at Capitol Hill in person, and it's great that we can organize it in this way, contrary to last year. Let me take just a moment to recognize the members of Congress who are present here today. If my list is updated, I've seen Representative Molenaar, I've seen Representative Tongo, I've seen Representative Graves. So thank you very much for coming. I would also like to announce that Congressman Huizinga will be joining us a bit later, but I would like to thank him and his staff already now for helping us with organizing this event. Thank you very much, Fien, for your remarks. I never grow tired to listen to the stories of Freddy Heineken. They show a lot. They show at least a lot that you have to be creative if you want to succeed, that sustainability is important. And I think that is only two of the reasons why we named the award after Freddy Heineken. He came to the US as a young entrepreneur and he learned the marketing skills, and not only to the US, also to the Antilles, as you just mentioned. And that actually helped to shape Heineken to the company that it is today. And maybe there is a similarity because Peter Oosterveer followed a similar path. Because before his time at Arcadis, Peter spent quite a lot of time in the United States. He moved to the Fluor headquarters in California to run a major global change program there in 1999. And after the successful delivery of that program, you moved back to Europe to become general manager of Fluor in the Netherlands. And I'm sure that you also use the experience and the skills that you acquired here in the United States in your new job in the Netherlands, just as Freddy Heineken did. Now, as you'll see in a moment when we show the video, the Arcadis work in the Netherlands and the United States, along with the leadership of Peter Oosterveer, represents the spirit of this award, and that is, as I've mentioned earlier, improving US-Dutch economic relationship through entrepreneurship. This relationship is strong and covers many different economic sectors, from water to semiconductors, from logistics to life science, and from transport to agriculture. And to give you just one example of how strong our economies are linked, the United States is the biggest investor in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands ranks in the top 5 of investors here in the United States. And of course, Arcadis has contributed to those statistics. But it's more than the statistics that Arcadis has contributed, because it's also about the question, what do we want to achieve with our work? What is our contribution to the challenges that we are facing? What is the legacy that we want to leave behind as a company, but also as an individual? Now, the global challenges that we are facing today are many. Think about the pandemic, think about the threats of weapons of mass destruction, think of cyber attacks, just to mention a few. And of course, one of the biggest challenges that we are facing now is climate change, and how do we adapt to the changes in the world with regard to the environment. And those changes, those elements contain a number of subsectors. If I may say, if you look at the climate, you talk about sea level rise. You talk about how do we protect our coastal communities. We refer to everything that has to do with water scarcity and flooding. Investing in our energy transition, very important for everything that has to do with climate change. Can we find sustainable solutions for mobility, for buildings and for our drinking water? And also, can we create greener solutions for the challenges that we are facing? We are facing them, the Netherlands, the United States are facing them, and Arcadis is in that respect an important link in our two nations in that respect. So let me not elaborate too much on Arcadis, on the history, because you will see that in the video just now. But as it has been mentioned before, Arcadis is about as Dutch as it can get. The company started in 1888, actually as it focused on land reclamation, then soon thereafter water management, agriculture, infrastructure services and urban development. And then, as Fien has also mentioned already, of course, the logo is orange, which also create a strong tie with my country. And under Peter's leadership, the company has developed a strong, sustainable strategy as the centerpiece of the company. Actually, I don't know if you know that, but the footprint of Arcadis in the United States is stronger than in Europe. In the United States, here, Arcadis employs more than twice as many people in the US than in the Netherlands. So more than 5,000 people here and just 2,000 people in the Netherlands. The portfolio is very broad. Fien has already mentioned a few of the activities. I'm not going to repeat them. But I would like to mention Los Angeles, where Arcadis is working to improve the connectivity and the mobility for residents, also with a view of the Olympic Games that will be held there in 2028. New York City and the Hurricane Sandy and the follow-up has been mentioned. Obviously Louisiana and Hurricane Katrina in 2005 has been mentioned. And California and the wildfires and how to deal with it and the solutions that can be found are all activities where Arcadis is active on. And through these joint efforts and the values that we share, Arcadis and the United States have really made a transatlantic success story. I hope it will be an inspiration for all US-Dutch entrepreneurs, for all US-Dutch cooperation in tackling the many challenges that we are facing. And we are very proud that Peter is with us today to accept the 2021 Holland on the Hill Heineken Award. Now, I'm going to see if we are, am I going to give the floor back to you, or I'm going to, hey Bill, good to see you. I already thanked you and your staff for your cooperation, but then I'm happy to introduce Congressman Bill Huizinga, one of the co-chairs of the Dutch caucus, to take the floor. Thank you very much.